Hey guys, in today's video we are going to be doing what if Italy went into wait, did I already do that? No. Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, scrap that. Alright, what if Turkey went into a civil war? Yeah. So, what if Turkey went into a civil war? It'll be a lot of... actually, I don't know. But this is a fictional scenario. So, where the civil war is going to start is over here in the Kurdish area. Sorry, but yeah. And Kurdistan will cede away from Turkey. And, well, yeah. But then there's more problems. Istanbul, like, actually Greater Istanbul, will break away. Also getting thrice. This whole northern, like, part of Turkey will break away. Southern Turkey, connecting up with Kurdistan, will break away. And this, like, little thing, this huge thing will actually just break away. Alright, so those are the pieces. And Turkey is going to be colored in blue for this video. Istanbul red, they are, like, most important. The Kurdistan is going to be, well, yellow. These guys are going to be orange. These other guys, green, light green. And then these guys, purple. Now, wow, this is a scenario. Of course it is. And, well, Turkey might be chopped, as Greece just joined the war. Well, they didn't join the war, they're just supporting the purple side. Maybe because they just want it. I don't know. I do know. So, yeah. That's also, yeah. For the sake, nobody wants to see Kurdistan. Sorry, Kurdistan. I think these are all the Kurdish people. Actually, because of Turkey, people are going to go into Kurdistan sides. And also, they did that because if they do that, the Kurdish peoples are going to be like, hey, why take our former land from them? Might as well just, you know, be friends. So yeah, that's the reason why. Turkey's in a bit of a pickle. For some reason the Georgians are supporting them. So yeah. And also the Ukrainians. Then the Moldovans, then the Romanians. Ooh, that rhymed. Then Bulgaria. Albania, I would say. And when North Macedonia is loyal, well, sorry, North Macedonia, but the people who are loyal, it's gonna be a lot. Okay. To, well, yeah. So, yeah. Not all of NATO, but a good chunk of it. Yeah, a good chunk of it. Alright, then Istanbul, then, well, of course, Kosovo. Bosnia will stay out of this. And if Serbia's in it, Russia's in it. If Russia's in it, Belarus is in it. So it's this huge war that will happen, because why not? Anyways, let's see, like, the claims Russia kind of has, and, yeah. So they have this southern thing, and then like it kind of goes around, and then South Ossetia and Abkhazia. Well, they will start to push in more, but Romanian and Moldovan troops, plus NATO, is supplying Ukrainians heavily, so they could actually make pushback, cutting off Crimea from the Russians, but still. And they push all the way the Russians back to here. Wow. Good job. Ukraine is like, hey you, Belarus, you're gonna get partitioned. And Belarus listens, they hear. They don't care though. They're always like kind of the backbone of everybody. Nobody really cares about them. They will even invade into Russia a little bit. And well, Belarus swiftly falls as they are well, cut in half, kind of. The Russians are finally kicked out of Ukraine fully. And Ukraine seems like they're doing good. But here, yeah, they will start to invade this part, and well, they kind of just partitioned Georgia. And the Turks see the other supporters. They're like, wow, so they will invade Kurdistan and, well, try to reclaim it all, but Iran and Iraq did not letting that happen. But Syria is dealing with their own civil war, so they are not protecting this. This will swiftly fall, so will Syria. And that's the full, that's a full country that capitulates to Turkey. Now, getting Istanbul, not too easy. You see, they are familiar with this area, very familiar, but people from Istanbul, they live there, so they are a little bit too familiar. Turkey regrets it. The Greeks, though, they are not familiar with this land. The Turks are. And uprisings, actually, in this land will start to pop up. Fighting for the main Turkish government. And, well, it all goes to hell. Sahel. In this area is wiped out. And with Greece, they will make a couple landings, naval landings. Italy's as the Italians will invade the Albanians, but shortly after be invaded by the Greeks. Not a fun day for you, Italy. Until Germany, for some reason, comes down here. They start to fight back. So yeah. Greece is cut into two. Istanbul, close. Not that close to be captured. And, well, Greece is getting absolutely destroyed from the Germans. Maybe because of past experiences, but I don't know. And, well, bam. Dang. Crazy. Wow, I created white. And then they will start to invade these guys. Istanbul is soon to fall as they are fighting two fronts. Bulgaria capitulates and surrenders. And Serbia is clapped. And then NATO kind of backstabs these guys. Hungary sees what they're doing. Kind of joins NATO. well, they're already in NATO, but like joined NATO's side, so they could kind of take northern Transylvania, maybe the entirety of Transylvania. But NATO says if we win, you could only take northern Transylvania. And well, Romania is swiftly taken out. It's a strong country, but not too strong of a country. Ukraine is the kind of the carrier of these guys. Moldova, they're the weakest out of all, so they will swiftly capitulate. Crimea captured, but not by the Russians, by the Ukrainians. Finally, there's some push here, and bam, now they're pushing into Russia, capturing this very important area to the Russians. And now they connect up all the dots. Yep. The Ukraine is dealing with PTSD, and that PTSD brings a new leader, and also unaliving themselves, as NATO is, well, kind of pushing and crashing in near Kyiv. Oh gosh, oh god, Lord, help Ukraine, please. Oh no. Yep, Kyiv is captured with a with a simple swoop there. But with the not so simple swoop there. Plus there. World War III has officially happened. Good job, Russia, for entering this. Well, Kyiv captured. They'll find another city to make it their capital, but they don't really care. So, yeah. This whole western region, it's not making it. I'm sorry. This little pocket is swiftly taken out. And if I sound really quiet, then I'm sorry. But, yeah. And Ukraine, well, Ukraine capitulates. Now the big front. Not so big front. But some people will start to support Kurdistan in their independent movement. A lot of people. Even the people who are Kurdish, kind of, India will even support it. But, Pakistan. So, well, NATO. And, well, there's going to be a new front opened up here in, well, Asia. And, well, for the Indians, they're proud. I think they're unlucky. Because, well, the Chinese are also invading this region they always wanted, and now they cut this region off. Just a huge thing that, well, kind of happens and stuff. And, well, yeah. It's bad. This war is bad. Just from a civil war, we get a world war. Not really a world war. It's actually just a European and Asian war. But, of course, Pakistan also has the Indian ranks and starts to push into Kashmir, which is a bloodbath. I would not recommend that, pushing in. And then there's one solidified front line for like about 5 years. India is being compressed, but they will push the Pakistanis out finally. And, well, Islamabad is now on the verge of being captured. They are close to the city, and then, bam, they capture it. So yeah. Sorry that I muted. I just thought somebody was coming in my room. Anyways, yeah. And it took a while. Afghanistan is now starting to be invaded, but everybody knows nobody can invade Afghanistan. So this little spearhead thing, yeah, things. Sorry, y'all. Somebody just came in my room, so kind of had to mute it. Alright. Anyways. Yeah, as you saw, Afghanistan kind of pushed back the Indians hard. China still focused over here. And, well, now India is really being beat down. But wait! Bangladesh will help India because they gave them independence. So they'll kind of just, yeah. China's flabbergasted that the Bangladeshis could do this. But the Indian can't. Simple answer, they're fighting two fronts. Alright, with Bangladeshi help and Indian subcontinent help, which is not really useful. Sorry, I keep muting. My grandpa keeps coming in my room, so yeah. Afghanistan is like, hey, Elias, why are they invading me? Well, because of this. India and NATO will connect up, and, well, India plus NATO means the Great Stone of Empires leads to capitulation. And it's, yeah. It is, well, just domination for the blue team. But there is somebody who joins the red team. Egypt. Just kidding. Algeria. Then a tidal wave going across Central Africa. Even Sudan. Turkey will bring in Egypt, which will leave Israel, Palestine, whatever. All that stuff. Also, Jordan. Saudi Arabia will switch up teams so they don't get invaded. And so yeah, that was kind of unnecessary, but now you can get to invade people instead of being invaded. Also, you get to be with your little buddy Kuwait. Iraq falls. Iran is, well, swiftly after passed. And the Kurdish, the remaining of the Kurdish peoples, well, they will leave as Kurdistan kind of fell. But they will still occupy the areas. Tajikistan being, well, yeah. Kazakhstan being, well, yeah. But this force here in Africa can definitely stop one singular country. Saudi Arabian help is coming. Well, has to come. Don't take that out of context. But Egypt, yeah. They are chopped. They do this. And the country of my first video is now falling. As it used to have a great empire spanning all the way here. Well, maybe just here. And through Jordan. Through this, the Middle East, yeah. So the first country that I made a video on capitulates. In Saudi Arabia, one of my countries that I made an empire about, is now starting to crumble. Palestine falls. There's a little landing, but that is yet to exist. And, well, Saudi Arabia is cooked. They're trapped. They have no friends. And it's just a skill issue. Until NATO comes. They've been coming. Don't take that out of context. And, well, now it's the giant wall of great NATO and Indian troops. As well, vast majority of, well, red countries will capitulate. And it is, well, bad for these countries. They're like, why did we join this? We are chopped. America not in the war, they will still support a campaign in Africa. Swiftly, just, yeah. But the Saharan region, hard to invade. Hundreds of thousands die, but Nigerian help, Ethiopian help, the Congo's help will really help them. Jeez, a lot of help, yeah. That will really help them. But these countries still ain't safe. They still get invaded. Mongolia's like, yay. That I didn't join a side. These countries are like, are you serious? The real invasion will start. Germany is leading this. And Germany has never made it this far. They only made it to, yay, there. So good job, Germany. Maybe because it's with NATO. And, well, the Russians, this is a realistic invasion of Russia. Like, kind of like a Prussian border thing. I would say America not in the war, but still funds a campaign. Yeah, they're in the war. Just I'm too lazy to color them, and you know what? Yeah, just there we go. I don't even want to do the tolerance. I don't even care. And well, they're now in Manchuria, China. North Korea capitulates. They capture this whole region. China is being cooked. You cannot pass through this, so I will just do the world a favor, and yep. Alright, yep, that's the thing you can't pass through. You shall not pass. Anyways, yep, that's the huge block that you can't pass through. Alright, anyways. They pass through this, not pass through that. Yeah, it's all good. They will pass through this, but millions like die because like harsh weathers. China, more like noogie. Yep. Sorry, China. Even though you make my clothes, and that's Vietnam too. You know what? Yeah, you make my clothes. You made Samsung, I think. Just kidding. That was South Korea. Yep, South Korea. The Chinese kind of switch. Just kidding. And well, Russia is like, nah, we ain't doing this. Russia is the last country. Oh wait, China's still in this. Nope. Alright. Yep, it's a world dominated by, well, blue. I told you, it's a world dominated by, well, blue. Yeah. The whole world turns blue. You know what? Let me just make it easier on myself. The whole world turns blue. Yep. Even you guys. Yep. Whole world turns blue. Exact story. Bam. Yep. Whole world. Now it's blue. Alright. Well. Y'all already know the peace treaty. You guys don't. You guys really do not know the peace treaty. I'm not even clicking anything, guys. Out here in the Ukrainian, no, it's not doing anymore. Oh gosh, remember all the teams when it used to actually be useful? Alright, whatever. NATO gone. Yeah, whatever. Yada yada yada. Turkey is back to normal now. Alright. Oh, geez Louise. Okay. Alright. So, Hungary. You, Hungary. Oh, Hungary. So, Romanian... Moldova is crippled. Also, they'll kind of have to see that way. Ha 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 ha. So, yeah. Bigger Romanian. Yeah. They will have to see that. They will have to do that. Oh, poor Ukraine. Ian. That. Wow. But they will have to give up a ton of land. Like this. Just kidding. This amount of land. To who? Well, Germany. This looks a little bit freaky, but familiar. I don't know. Good job, Germany. You did it. You got your old borders back. Now, learn from last time. Don't invade the Soviets, or shall I say, the Russians. Poland gets smaller but bigger. I don't know how that happens. And finally, we can just do that. There is an alliance called the Axis. Everybody's leaving it just to join it. I mean, everybody's leaving their own alliance just to join the Axis. And it's actually crazy. This is crazy. Get out. Alright, anyways. Dobruja. More than just Dobruja. You know, Bulgaria had a great empire. It kind of fell. Wow. You see me rolling. Good job, Germany. You have formed your greater self. Just kidding. Maybe. You know what, guys? I'm actually too tired to do a peace treaty. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.